All right, let's go ahead and jump in for today. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. وأفضل الصلاة وتم التسليم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى أصحابه الغر الميامين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اجعلنا منهم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Him. We acknowledge that He is the only one worthy and deserving of all praise and thanks. And we ask Him to shower His most complete and abundant blessings and protection upon His noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon His noble family, upon His shining companions, and upon all of those that follow them until the end of time. We ask Allah to include us from among them. We ask Allah to teach us what will benefit us, to benefit us through what He has taught us, and to increase us in knowledge and accepted actions. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How is everybody doing this morning? Good, alhamdulillah. Reminder that we have no class next week. And then we only have, I think, two or three more classes, and then we are off for winter break. And the very first day we come back is finals week. So unfortunately, that's kind of a bummer that you're going to be spending your winter break studying, but it helps keep things fresh. So that's why it's designed that way. So our schedule for today, we are going to start off with our weekly quiz as we usually do. Then we are going to go over the answers. After that, we are going to wrap up, just doing some review of Nasb and Jazm. We're going to cover one last tiny, just really gloss over it. Just one last tiny concept related to Mudari. And then, time permitting, we will be done, completed, over with Mudari, and we will jump into our new topic today, inshallah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our quiz. Fairly straightforward, just instructions we've seen already. We're translating here from English to Arabic. You do not need to write the question. I still have a lot of folks turning in exams with the question written down. If you need to, that's fine, but don't feel like you have to, especially if you feel like you're running low on time. So write out just the answer in Arabic and vowel your answers.
have the word gathering in our vocab? I mean, I know we had the verb, but have the
You had it in Hadith at this point, I believe.
oh Hmm.
Alright, let's just take like a minute and a half more to start wrapping things up. Whoever wrote in blue ink, there's no name on this. Great. Let's go ahead and get started with some answers. Online folks, make sure you get these in within the next minute or so. Let's see how we are doing. I have 4. So we still have quite a few people that need to turn theirs in. Just a reminder that all quizzes should be sent via email. Quizzes are via email. Okay. Everybody in person good? Got everything in? Right. Pause this recording. Okay. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. So we're done with our core concepts of mansub and majzoom. So let's just quickly do some review with the drills in the book. There's a few drills that we'll just go through in a row. We have some that we'll skip just because we don't know all the vocab words on them yet, but let's go ahead and just drill through 9, 10, and 11, starting on page 51. Starting on page 51. We won't do all of them, but I'm hoping that at this point, these should just be an absolute breezy breeze, because these are all just clauses. They're not full, many of them are not full sentences. All right. So let's just snake around the room. Risa, start us off with number 1. The directions are translate from Arabic to English.
Until they all open.
Good. Until they open. Hatta is nasab or jazm?
No.
Good. Very good. طيب, next one. لن أحضر.
لن أحضر. I'm never attending.
One more time.
I am never attending.
Good. I will never attend. I will never. Amira, 3.
لم نأمر. We did not commit.
Good. We did not command. Lam is nasab or jazm? Jazm. Very good. Number 4, Rama.
And it is so let them drink. Let them vote. Like,
Yeah, so they both should drink. So they both should drink. Yeah.
What was the rule again? If you had the fa or another letter and then the lam, you sukun on the lam.
Yeah, that's essentially it. If you have a fa or a waw attached to the lam al amr, then you change it instead of li to a sukun.
This is a jazm.
Yes, this is jazm. Number 5, bayan. You've got the tricky one because you have to decide whether this li is lam al amr or lam al ta'lil. So that she judges or rules. Good. Translated it correctly. Excellent. Is this lam al-ta'lil or lam al-amr? Ta'lil. Good. How do we know that? Very good. because it is mansub, not majzum, right? We see here how this lam al-amr looks exactly like, this lam al-ta'li looks exactly like lam al-amr. You can see that in the contrast between 5 and 7, right? The same lam, but the endings are different. And so that's going to indicate for us whether it is so that or that she should. What's an alternate way to translate this sentence? I could have she, or I could also have what?
You know.
You. All right, number 6, Muhammad.
And that one,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be two. Would it be two?
2 or that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's. That we.
We would start with a noon.
It would be that. Oh, would be okay, yeah. What's it called? That's they both
Good. We could try they both feminine. Or this is also what? The original asal kaghadabani could be huma feminine, and it could also be what?
would be maybe also there.
But is it second person or third person?
Second.
Second. Good. So it could also be you both, masculine or feminine. Get angry. Good.
So it wouldn't be are angry?
It could be because get angry would be, actually, is get angry. Yeah, get angry could still be present tense, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it could be get angry, are getting angry, are angry. Either one of those is fine. Abdurrahman, 7.
يطلب so that he should ask and request.
Say it one more time.
So that he should request.
You can take out the so. He should request. He should request, seek. What type of lam is this, Abdurrahman?
It's wait, what is it called?
We said it probably 1 minute ago.
Then there's the other one.
Mhm.
It's the other one.
It's the other one. Lamul. Anybody?
Nine.
Lamul amr. Lamul amr. Good. So it's lamul amr because it is making the following verb majzum. Majzum. Okay. Number 8. Grant, take us through number 8. Lam yatrukkum.
He did not leave you.
Good. He did not leave you all.
You all.
Good. He did not leave you all.
I have a question about that, Sheikha. I thought taraka was just used with objects. Or am I misremembering something?
It's the opposite. Taraka and kharaja technically both mean to leave. Kharaja means to exit. So to exit from something, to leave from somewhere. Whereas taraka means to like leave something behind. Like I left keys on the counter. So here it's saying lam yatrukkum, he did not leave you all, like abandon you all or leave you all, as opposed to he did not exit from you all.
Okay.
That would need
Thank you.
Yeah.
Could you say like a translation for a is like to leave off?
To leave off. Yeah, leave off, leave behind, both of those words. That'd be good. All right. We're gonna skip number 9 for now. It's got a vocab word we haven't learned yet. Number 10, Siraj. For a second, I was like, who is Siraj?
I forgot the J. حتى يفعل um, un, yeah, until he acts,
Good. Until he does.
until he does.
Until he does. Very good. Excellent. Muhammad Fardeen, number 11.
كي يأمرون so that يأمرون is the command.
Mhm.
يأمرون until he commands us.
Not he. That would
No,
be yet
they-
more.
Yeah, they
Good. So that they all
command us.
command us. Good. Very good. All right. Number 12. Maryam, number 12. فلألبسها.
So
Yes, sorry, I think you might have got on mute again.
so she was
One more time.
not, I think it doesn't really get to me. I said, so she was dressed, or she dressed.
No, so you have to look at who is the fa'il of labisa yalbasu, who is the doer of the verb. If it was she, it would start with a ta. But here it does not start with a ta.
Well, I can't see it properly. Does the scene have a sukun or a fatha?
Seen has a sukun.
So
I think you might have gone on mute again. You want to try it out, or you want to pass it off to someone else? Mariam going once, going twice. Hello? I can see you, so I'm just confused.
can you
Okay,
hear me?
now I can. Yes, you were on mute, but now I can hear you.
I think I'll just pass it because my internet is being weird.
Okay, no problem. All right, so let's go through this one. فَلْأَلْبَسْهَا فَلْأَلْبَسْهَا. There's a lot of things going on here, so it's easy sometimes to just cut out all the extra information for a second. And make this as it originally was. Albasu, albasu. All right, I wear, I wear. So now I'm going to bring this back in. Fal albas. So then let me wear ha it. So let me wear it. Let me wear it. Yeah,
Would it be okay to say I should wear it?
I should wear it. Yeah.
And so when we're doing the first or the third person,
Mhm.
it's like should or like let me or like let us.
Yeah. Third person, generally, you'll translate it as should.
Okay.
But you could also translate it. I've seen other translations use let as well. I'm just thinking about how folks will translate these ayat when they come up. I've seen both should and let, because in English they kind of mean similar things. So either one of those is fine.
I had a similar question. So for third person, it wasn't like, we wrote down like a suggestion.
Mhm.
And for a second person, it was an encouragement. The first person is similar to like, good, I guess, a suggestion for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why I think some folks will teach it as let instead of should is because generally speaking, the lam al amr, just by virtue of what it's called, means address. And you don't really address yourself, or you don't address the first person. Addresses are usually second person as like the asl, and then third persons as like a metaphor, but you don't really address the first person. So that's why it's translated slightly differently, but the general meaning of encouragement suggestions is there.
I got a question, Sheikha.
Mhm.
Could you go over why sometimes the lam will be used with wow and sometimes with fa?
Just depending on the context of the sentence. So if you're adding on a and or a so, because perhaps there was some information preceding it, then that's the only time you would include it and then make that lam sukun. But if it's like the very beginning of a sentence or there's nothing before it, then you would just keep the lam as it usually is with a kasra.
So this one is like kind of taken, you could say, out of context, and something preceding it is causing this to have a fa.
Yeah, so something like, so if the preceding sentence was something along the lines of, she let me borrow her clothes, so let me wear it. She gave it to me as a gift, so I should wear it.
Okay, and you said the translation one more time is?
So let me wear it.
Okay, thank you.
Or I should wear it, either one.
So I just memorized it as lam of nasb and lam of jazm. So one more time, lam amr is when it's jazm,
Yes.
and the other one is called
Lam al-ta'lil. Lam al-ta'lil. Which is a harfu nasbin. All right.
Sheikha, what does ta'lil mean?
Ta'lil means to give a reason.
Oh, to give a reason.
To give a reason. From allala, to give a reason. All right. Yeah. Oh, yes. That was kind of hard to see. All right. Let's make this bigger too. All right, number 13. Let's just finish this page off and then I don't think we need to do the whole thing. Number 13, back to you, Isa.
Lam yabda'u. Oh, sorry, lam yabda'. He did not begin.
Good. He did not begin. Good. Skip 14, 15. طيب. كي تتركاني.
so that so that you email left. Teroka is to leave, right?
Teroka is to leave.
So that you female Teroka. Oh no, that's not it. So that you two people.
Good. Good. So that you both, masculine or feminine, or so that they both, feminine, And then was the rest that you said leave?
Oh,
Me,
that's what the yeah is. Left me.
me, good. So that you both leave me, so that you both leave me, or so that they both leave me. 16, Amira?
Yes, I mean, this would be.
Mm-hmm. This is a trick question, somewhat.
So.
Good, your gut is correct. It could be either. That's the slightly confusing thing about lam ta'lil when it's used with anything other than category 1. Category 1 verbs is the only, like what we saw up here. These are both category 1 verbs, ends in a root letter. So for both of those, it's easy to tell whether it's lam ta'lil or lam al-amr. You just look at the ending. Is it mansub or is it sukun or is it fatha? Because you can easily tell mansub or majzoom. For category 2 and category 3, if we recall back to our rules, the rules for nasab and jazm are the same. Category 2, letter plus a noon, you drop the noon, and feminine plural stay the same. So technically, without any context at all, this could be either. So how would you translate it both ways?
I'll do the next first. If it was the, it would be so that, they all ask you feminine.
Good.
I'll ask. And then if it was the judgment, it would be. They should
Good.
ask.
Good. Perfect. So that they ask you or they should ask you. Here, we only have just this word. We have no context. So isolated like this, it could really be either one. All right. Rama, next one, 17.
I did not.
Good. Uh, 18, Bayan. Lemma, anybody?
No.
Not good.
Not yet.
You did not get it. You
Good. You all feminine did not yet read or did not read yet. All right, number 19, we get a Maldi verb. Number 19, we get a Maldi verb. Muhammad, how do we translate number 19? Hatta nasahahu.
Would be, until we, oh, yeah, until. It wouldn't be we, right?
It would not be we.
Until he helps him.
Advised him. Make sure you translate it as Maldi past tense. Until he advised him. We see that the hatta is being used here with a Maldi verb, but it's not affecting the i'rab at all because Maldi does not take i'rab. Yes.
What was the word for to provide great help?
Nasara.
Nasrullah.
Nasara yansuru.
I have a question.
Yes.
So in my notes, I have that at least an has to be used with mudariya verbs.
Mhm.
Do the other ones have to be used with mudariya? Could you just kind of expound on that? Which ones can and cannot be used with madi?
Yeah. So out of all of the huruf that we used, only hatta can be used while still retaining the meaning of hatta. So what I mean by that is that there are some other huruf that we have that you could find with other verbs in a different type of sentence, whatever, but it will not retain the same meaning as we defined it. So hatta will mean until, whether it's maldi or mudari. But for example, something like lamma, in order for it to mean not yet, will only be with mudari. But for example, lamma can also mean when. Lamma can mean when. And that it can be used with maldi, but we're not categorizing it as it can be used with maldi because it's going to mean something completely different. It's going to mean something completely different. So lamma when used with mudari', lamma when retaining the meaning of not yet is only with mudari'. Same with all of our other huruf. Only hatta, while retaining the meaning of this type of hatta, can be used with maldi and mudari'.
Thank you.
All right. Number 21, Abdurrahman.
لن تشربي you people will not drink it.
You female will never drink it. All right. And Grant, next one, 22.
That he take it.
Good. That he take it or takes it. Good. Siraj, 23.
لم يكتب. He did not write.
Good. And lastly, Muhammad Fardeen, take us through 28. We're gonna skip some.
28. لتأكلي. لتأكلي. It's eating, but I'm trying to figure it out. لتأكلي. So that it will eat me? لتأكلي.
So I can see where your gut might go because of the hanging ya at the end.
Yeah.
For that, when it's used with verbs, it will always come with a noon.
Oh, okay.
The damir muttasil for ana, when it's attached to verbs, will come with a noon.
لتأكلي. I didn't get it.
All right, so what we could do here is, let's get rid of the lamb for a second.
Okay, تأكلي.
All right, now we have to see that lamb had some impact on this verb. Right?
Yes.
It either changed the last haraka, it dropped a noon, it kept it the same, something must have changed to this verb as a result of that lamb. Now that we deleted the lamb, got the lamb out of the picture, what would this verb have originally been without the lamb, without any nasab or without any jazm?
تأكلي.
Which?
Oh, تأكل. تأكل.
Not ta'kul, because then where does this ya come from?
Yeah.
So we have to go back to our mudari' chart and think which conjugation has a ya after the last root letter. Ya'kulu, ya'kulani, ya'kuluna. Ta'kulu, ta'kulani, ya'kulna. So go through the chart and then find out which conjugation has a ya after the last root letter.
It's not coming to my head right
You can go ahead and do it out loud. Start at the top. Yakulu.
now. يأكل يأكلان يأكلن
Yakuluna.
ويأكلون تأكل تأكلان يأكلن يأكل
Takulu.
تأكل تأكلان تأكلن
Takuluna.
تأكلون تأكل تأكلان تأكلن أأكل
Mm.
no.
You're skipping second person feminine.
Second, yeah. Sorry, I'm messing this up.
That's okay. Takulina.
تأكلين تأكلان يأكلن
Takulna.
تأكلن
And then we have two for first person ones. But we already came across what we were looking for, right?
Yeah.
Takulina. Takulina. That
Oh.
conjugation is the only one that has a ya after the last root letter. So that means that this conjugation was originally takulina.
Oh, okay.
Takulina, you feminine are eating. You feminine are eating. So if I then see, okay, takulina, NT conjugation is from category 2, letter plus a noon. So I'm going to drop my noon. That's why I get takuli. Takuli. So this originally was you feminine are eating. Takulina. But now because of my lam here, I made it takuli. So as we did with, I believe it was Amira, this can be either lamul amr or lamul ta'alil. So it could either be so that you eat
So that you
or you should eat.
okay, so that you eat. Okay.
All right. And then we've got a few more that you guys can do on your own, but you guys get the picture. How is this drill? Fairly straightforward, yeah? Okay. Let's do drill 10, a little bit tougher since we're now going from English to Arabic. All right, let's go through some of these. I think there might be some vocab words you guys don't know yet. Have you guys covered the word for jail? All right, Sijin. All right, number 1, they did not leave. Isa, start us off. They did not leave.
لم يكن
Good. لم يخرجوا. لم يخرجوا. They did not leave. Excellent. Number 2, طيب, she won't leave the jail. Actually, did we cover Nefi last time? I think we breezed over it, but do you guys remember how to do negation? Because here it's not saying that she won't, as in she will not, right? Won't is will not. So it's not lam, but did you guys do you?
So this is not, it's not len.
It's not lam. Ma is for past tense. La. La means will not, negation, but it has no impact on the verb that comes after. Let's just briefly go over it real quick. I think we might have covered it, but we probably went over it kind of quickly. Yes, yeah. So we did cover a little bit of it. Let's see. It's kind of buggy. Yes. Okay, so we talked about this lam of prohibition, lam al-nahiya, lam of prohibition. The example on the right, la tajlisi ma'i, is a prohibition, don't sit with me, as opposed to simple negation. This lam is called lam an-nafiya, the lam of negation. Lam
Did you say lamb of nafia?
Yeah, nafia. Nafia. So the lam of negation has no impact on the verb. It does not affect the i'rab at all. La tajlisina ma'i is simply you are not sitting with me.
So if you see a lamb and then you see the full word without it being changed, then you know it's the.
Exactly. Exactly. If you see this type of lam and you see a verb after that has no change of the last root letter, no dropping of a noon, no this, no that, then it is lamun nahia, nafia, sorry, lam of negation. You are not sitting with me. La tajlisina ma'i. Nafia is negation. Nahia is prohibition. Yes, I know. Kind of frustrating how they made them sound so similar.
You want to do number 2?
Yes. That makes sense to everybody? The negation?
So just to be clear, when we went over the other lamb, it was a command, like a prohibition kind of command.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're requesting an action to be either taken or not taken, as opposed to simply negating an action.
And that one does become majzoom, and this one is just more of like a statement.
Exactly.
Okay.
The one that we covered in our majzumat, it is requesting that an action not be done, prohibition, don't do this. Whereas this one right here, that does not affect i'rab, is negating, simply statement of fact.
And could you spell it just because it's hard to see the screen? This kind of lam nafia?
Yeah. Is that any clearer?
No. If you could just spell it for me, I could probably write it down.
It's lam alif mim,
Mm-hmm.
and then alif lam noon alif fa ya ta marbuta. Is it grainy for you guys? Because it's grainy for me. Your guys' screen is grainy. It is for you guys too? Oh man. Because I remember last time it was grainy on my end as well, but you guys said it was fine, but I guess it is pretty bad right now. Yeah, I can barely see that too. All right. I don't know how to fix that. But Tayyib, go ahead. She will not leave the jail.
لا تخرجوا
من لا تخرجوا من
mean like from.
خرج يخرج is, as we said, has to use a helper help.
And then what's jail?
Sijin. As-sijin.
I see. So would it be Jen? Because it's the object of the verb.
It's coming after min, so it's gonna be. What's the ending on the noon? من السجن. لا تخرجوا من السجن.
So if the maf'ul bihi comes in after a it takes precedence, like it's really.
So if something comes after harful jar, we're not going to categorize it as maf'ulun bihi aslan. We're not even going to give it that title. In English, yes, it looks like it is the recipient of an action, but we're not even going to call it that in Arabic. So it's not that the harful jar is taking precedence over it being a maf'ulun bihi. It's not a maf'ulun bihi at all to begin.
Also, this sentence, it has a fa'il and a fi'il and a jar.
Yep, no maf'ul bihi in this sentence.
So sorry, just for this one, if we were to use the other lamb that we learned about, the jazm, it would mean like she should not leave the jail.
It would mean don't. It would be well, actually, if you're discussing it with she, then yeah, it would be she should not leave the jail. But if we used it in second person, it would be don't, prohibition.
If you're using it in third person, would you use the li or you could use la still?
To prohibit or to say that you should not do something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could still use the lam. Yeah, because li would be to do something. Lam is to not do something. Any other questions on this one? Number 3, Amira, I should judge.
The action.
Good. لأحكم. Number 4, Rama, we have not settled yet. Good. لما نسكن. Number 5, Bayan, to oppress you. Oh no, sorry, it's to oppress the doer is you. One more time. Good. ظلم يض. Good.
What did she say on that one?
أن تظلمي. أن تظلمي. أن تظلمي. Number 6, Muhammad.
I use yeah.
What was that?
I use yeah.
Lem is past negation.
So. You know what?
We're gonna use the same one that we did in number 2.
Okay. So the yes. On.
Sabara yes.
Feel. So yes. Yes. يصبران لا يصبران.
لا يصبران. لا يصبران.
So if you used len, it would be both of them will never be patient.
So it's like a permanent negation. Number 9, Abdurrahman.
لن يكمل.
One more time.
لن يكمل.
Have not, past tense.
لا it's not len, it's the person.
Past negation.
لن يكمل.
Good. Lem. Yeah. Lam plus mudari equals ma plus maldi. So you could have lam ya'murna. You could also have ma amarna.
Okay.
I think we also just glossed over it last time, right? Yeah, we just went over it super quick. But these are our 2, this is a negation for past tense. So just like how la, when it has no impact on the verb after, is negation for mudari', ma is negation for maldi.
So you said the 2 answers could be lam ya'murna and ma what?
Ma amarna. So it's ma plus the hunna conjugation of amara, maldi. Number 10, Siraj, take us through. Yeah. Yeah.
Are they both equally?
They're both equally used. Yeah. Exactly. There's no preference. There's no one that's more correct or one that's more common per se. Again, it's one of those things where you probably could like count them up and figure that out, but just from like a cursory look, they're both equally ubiquitous. Yes, Siraj. Number 10.
حتى تغضبوا
غضب يغ It's not غضب يغضب, but
يغضبوا
يغضب. Good. So try it one more time.
حتى تغضبوا
Good. حتى تغضبوا. حتى تغضبوا. Good. Grant, number 11.
Both of you will not attend. Len,
Len, or we could use la, since there's not really an indication of permanence here.
okay, so la yeah 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 Torani.
Try again. Pay attention to your first letter, as well as the haraka on the middle root letter.
Yeah.
Because here we have both of you.
Okay. La Torani.
Very close now. Hadara, not yahdaru, but
Yeah. Yeah. Is it yeah? I'm having a hard time with this one. Hadara, yahdara.
hadara yahduru.
Okay, so
Hadara yahduru.
la tahtaru. Man, what is it again?
Yahduru. Hadara yahduru.
La tahdurani.
Good. لا تحضراني. لا تحضراني. لا تحضراني. All right, last one, number 12, Muhammad Fardeen.
Can you please explain why you didn't use lem on number 11?
Lam,
Yes.
because lam is past negation. Lam will always mean something negated in the past. So if I wanted to use lam here, my sentence would need to have said, both of you did not attend. So lam equals past negation. Lam equals past negation. Did not. And we're going to see that with number 12. We're going to use lam here. So Muhammad, take us through number 12.
لم يبدأنا.
Both of you.
Oh. لم. Both of you. لم يبدأ. No. How would dual work? What بدأ يبدأ. Oh, لم تبدأنا. Okay.
No noon at the end.
لم تبدأ.
But we got to make it dual.
Oh, لم تبدأ.
Very close. لم تبدأ.
لم تبدأ.
لم تبدأ. So we're going to combine both of the alif and the hamza together to make a little med. لم تبدأ.
So you put just a like a squiggly line above the last aleph. Okay.
Yep. That's our combining those two together. All right. Rest of it is fairly straightforward. This is some extra practice if anybody wants to take that time. I just crossed out some of the ones that we don't know yet. So if you want to continue, do the rest of this at home, 13 through whatever. You can cross out number 16. You can cross out 23, 26, and 27. That's it.
I'm sorry, could you say which one to cross out one more time?
Yeah, so from where we left off, you can cross out 16, 23, 26, and 27. But the rest is fair game. Okay, sorry, 11. Okay, we'll save drill 11 for next time. So I think we should try to get to Amr. Oh man, God, we have to do unit of emphasis too. And okay, we'll see how far we get. Okay, so we have one last mini topic for Mudari. One last mini topic for Mudari. It is a mini topic because you don't have to memorize any chart. You don't have to really understand. You just have to be able to recognize. So you're not really going to be tested on this. It's just something extra to be able to recognize, be able to pick up when you see it. So this is really just for awareness sake, just for awareness. So just so that people are aware when they do see this, they know what it means. Okay. So let's turn to page 69 in the book and look at Nuna Tawkid section 15.4. You do not need to memorize the chart, but you must be able to recognize the implicit or inside doer, the fa'il. So let's go through this quickly on page 69. Okay, this is our last mini section for Mudari'. Another structure that is not relevant to Madi and occurs only with Mudari' and Nahi, which is a type of Mudari', is the noon of emphasis. Noon at-tawkid. Do you guys not have this section?
69, it looks different for me. I just have two charts.
You have this, drill 7. Is that what you're looking at?
Oh, yeah, so are you looking at 15.3 or 15.4?
15.4.
Oh, it just made sense, but
Okay. All right. So this type of noon, relevant only to Madi, sorry, relevant only to Mudari', not with Madi, is the noon of emphasis, noon at-tawkid. This is a noon which is attached to the end of a fi'l mudari' to emphasize the action. It is often, but not always, whatever. Often, but not always, accompanied by lam at-tawkid, the lam that comes at the beginning. Note that a fi'l that has a noon at-tawkid will always translate in the future tense. Will always translate in the future tense. Okay. To add one level of emphasis to a fi'l mudari', one noon is at the end of the fi'l. This is known as noon at-tawkid al-khafifa, the light. Khafifa meaning light, the light noon of emphasis. To add two levels of emphasis to a fi'l mudari', two noons are added and they will be combined with a shadda. This is known as noon at-tawkid al-thaqila, the heavy noon of emphasis. The light noon of emphasis only occurs twice in the Quran. Extra credit assignment for next week. Find them. and send them to me. What are the only two instances ever wherein the light noon of emphasis occurs? All right, so light noon of emphasis only occurs twice, so there's no real chart for it. We're not going to go through a chart for it. We're not going to spend too much time on it. But the heavy noon of emphasis occurs like all the time. So countless times. For this reason, we will focus on that. Let's look at the chart below. And while we will not be memorizing this chart, of course you can if you want to. While we will not be explicitly memorizing this chart, what I do need you to be able to do is when you see any of these conjugations, to be able to recognize the doer. What's the fa'il here? Sorry, this pen is not really working. See if I can. Okay, so notice huwa yansuranna. We have a fatha on the ra. This does not mean it's mansub. All of these are marfu' here. This whole chart is marfu'. The reason why we have a fatha here is to indicate that it is singular. Because if we go here, hum yansurunna, we don't have a wow for our hum conjugation. So the way that you're going to be able to tell what is the doer for any of these conjugations is you look at what's the first letter and what's the haraka on the last one. So when I have ya plus ranna fatha, I know it's going to be huwa. Ta plus fatha is going to be hiya or anta. Ta plus kasra, the only time we have a kasra is going to be anti. Hamza plus fatha, noon plus fatha is going to be my first persons. Ya plus dhamma, hum. Ta plus dhamma, antum. And then we've got our duals and our feminine plurals, which are super rare. You're not going to see these in the Quran, but you should still know them. We got the alif plus noon shadda for all of our duals. And then for our two feminine plurals, we have a noon plus alif and then a noon shadda, nanni, nanni. Okay. So notice that when the original fi'il has a waw as part of the ending, like our hum and antum, it is replaced with a dhamma. So in our two masculine plurals, the waw is gone. It's replaced with a dhamma on the last root letter. When the original ends in a dhamma, like all of our singulars, and nahnu, ana, anta, hiya, huwa, it is replaced with a fatha when the noon is added. Okay, so let's look at the following examples. Pay attention to the first letter of the fi'il as well as the last haraka to figure out the inside pronoun. So here I have in the ayah, لَنُخْرِجَنَّكُمْ. So what's my doer of this verb? I've got noon plus a fatha on the last root letter. لَنُخْرِجَنَّكُمْ. Nahnu. That's my only conjugation that starts with a noon, right? In my entire mudari' chart, I only have one conjugation that starts with a noon. So my first grayed out box is nahnu. لَنُخْرِجَنَّكُمْ مِنْ أَرْضِنَا أَوْ لَتَعُودُنَّ فِي مِلَّتِنَا. Okay, so now I'm going to do a couple things here. That ta plus a dhamma on the last root letter. Antum, good. I've got a ta plus dhamma on my last root letter. That is telling me antum. لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ. So I've got in my next example, لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِمْ هَذَا. So I've got ta plus fatha. Ta plus fatha. What conjugation is that? Anta or hiya. Here it's all anta. Good. The nahi can be emphasized to convey the meaning of don't you dare. Again, just emphasizing the prohibition. For second person, it will be translated as don't you dare. And for third person, it will be translated as X person should not at all. The fa'il is constructed the same way as the mudari' and a la is added before it. Take a look at the chart below. Familiarize yourself with them. So again, we're not memorizing this chart, but be aware of it. All right. وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ اللَّهَ غَافِلًا عَمَّا يَعْمَلُ الظَّالِمُونَ. Ta plus fatha, we're talking to anta here. وَلَا يَغُرَّنَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورُ. Ya plus fatha, huwa. Okay. So again, don't worry too much about the theory. Don't worry too much about memorizing it. The key thing that we want to be able to do here is simply recognize what's the fa'il. What's the fa'il here? All right, so let's go through drill number 8. So let's go through drill number 8, and hopefully this should be sufficient in us being able to recognize these inside doers. So drill number 8, number 1, Rama, start us off. La yaqulunna. Home, good. Tell us how you figured that out. Sorry, this is going to be really messy. Good. Because of the ya and then a dhamma on the lam. My pen is not working, so I'm writing this with the trackpad. So good. Home. Number 2, Amira. Good. Okay. Number 3, Tayyib. Perfect. Antum. The ta plus a dhamma on the noon on our last root letter. Isa, next one for?
Is it enter?
Good. It could be anta or it could also be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 5, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Anna.
Anna. Muhammad, 6.
I wouldn't know. Would it be enter?
Antum. Yeah, no, you're right. Antum. Grant, number 7.
You could skip me, Sheikha.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm preoccupied.
All right. Siraj, number 7.
لا يبطئن هو.
Hua. And lastly, number 8, Muhammad.
لندخلنهن.
No, hunna. Hunna is gonna have a nanny ending.
لندخلن. أو لندخلن. لندخلن. أنا.
Anna would start with a hamza.
Hamza, yeah. لندخلن. أنتم.
What's my only conjugation that starts with a noon?
نحن.
Nahnu.
Okay.
Sorry, I know it looks like a child wrote this, but I'm just using the mouse, that's why. All right. Any questions on the noon of emphasis? Pretty straightforward. Really, all you need to be able to do is just when you come across any one of these words, mudari' verbs that has a noon shadda attached to the end, then you should be able to know what is the fa'il, because it's a little bit tricky. It's not as intuitive as it is with the regular old mudari' because there's some changing of harakat and whatnot. But it's fairly straightforward, okay? All right. So we definitely don't have time to get to our new topic today, which is fine. Let's go ahead and then go back and do drill 11, and then we'll wrap things up.
Sheikha, can I ask a question about number 7?
Number 7 on the drills we did?
Yes, on drill 8.
Oh, on the one we just did. Yes, number 7.
So why is it huwa is the fatha on the hamza there because of the la?
Because of the
la? So it's mansuba?
so no. So this lam here is not a lamul nasab or lamul jazm, anything like that. It's not having any impact on the i'rab of the verb. You see, all of these examples that they gave us have a lam in the front. All right, except this one. Almost all of them have a lam in the front. That is lam with tawkid, the lam of emphasis. It has no impact on the i'rab of the verb at all. So the reason why it has a fatha here has nothing to do with i'rab. It has to do with the fact that we have a nun at-tawkid attached to the end. So if you go back to this part of the sentence right here of the book, when the original verb, meaning the original conjugation as a marfu' verb, when the original conjugation ends in a dhamma, what category is this? Category 1 verbs, right? Our 5 category 1 verbs ends in a root letter. Huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu. It is replaced with a fatha when the noon is added. So it has nothing to do with i'rab. The i'rab is still marfu'. It's when the noon of emphasis is added, then you change it to a fatha. Why are we doing this? Because if we kept it as a dhamma, then it would look plural. It would look plural, because if we look at our plurals here, our masculine plurals, those end in a dhamma. Yansurunna, tansurunna. So we have to pick something different. We cannot use dhamma as we originally do for marfu' because it's gonna look plural. It's gonna look masculine plural. So that's why we're changing our af'alul khamsa. Al-af'alul khamsa are 5 verbs in category 1 to a fatha. So going back to number 7, right? This is a fatha, not because it's mansub. All right, that has to be very clear. The i'rab is not affected with the lam of emphasis nor the noon of emphasis. The i'rab is not affected. This has a fatha because if it were to be a dhamma, then it would be plural. So we need to change it to a fatha. Does that make sense, Salma?
Jazakallah khair, yes.
Yeah. All right. I know we've got just about a minute left, but at least we can go through some of these. All right, number 1. All right, so we've got place the harakat on the following sentences based on your knowledge of huruf al-nasiba wal jazima. Okay, number 1. Tayyib, start us off. Number 1. 54.
الرجل إلى Is that last word the only done?
We did it in the previous exercise. I think you had that one too.
The deal?
Yeah.
I didn't say when
Sijin.
Sijni.
Ila sijni. Good. Lan. Ba. I'm just gonna do the last letters. مع ذلك الرجل إلى السجن. Good. لن أذهب مع ذلك الرجل إلى السجن. Translate it.
Then other, and then, so never am I going مع ذلك with this man.
Mm.
What would he?
Not
Then,
this man, but
with that man to the prison.
good. I will never go with that man to the prison. I will never go with that man to the prison. Risa, number 2.
لم أسكن في ذلك البيت.
Good. لم أسكن في ذلك البيت. Translate.
I did not reside in that house.
Good. I did not reside in that house. How cool is this? You guys are reading with that harakat. Number 3, Amira.
لن يعرفه الأستاذ.
ذو. Good. لن يعرفه الأستاذ.
The teacher will never recognize him.
Good. The teacher will never recognize him. And then last one, Rama, number 5. Number 5.
لن يدخل ابنك البيت.
Close. Try again.
لن sorry.
Mhm.
ابنك
Ibnuka. And what was the last word? الأكل. Good. لم يأكل ابنك الأكل. Translate.
did not
Good. Your son did not eat the food. Excellent. All right. So you guys can do the rest on your own for some practice. You can skip number 7 since it's got some vocab we have not done yet, but 6, 8, 9, 10 are all fair game for you all. Okay. So we will go ahead and pause here. We didn't get to do Amal today, which I really wanted to get done, but that's okay. We'll do it next time. We are off for next week. So I will adjust the homework because the homework right now is Amr based, but I will adjust it. And then we will reconvene in a couple weeks. We'll do Amr, we'll do some other stuff as well. And then we will be gearing up for the final very soon. We'll be gearing up for the final very soon. Let's see how many more classes. Yeah, so we have 3 more classes until the final exam. Okay, so we're off next week. 3 more classes, winter break, and then the final exam. Okay.
You said we did.
Can you?
That one.
We didn't cover the amr conjugation. Yeah, so that is past mudari'. That is what we were planning to do today. All right. Any
Can
questions?
you? Sorry, can you give us like you did 2 weeks ago, just extra sentence practice of all the different types of concepts that we learn to translate from English to Arabic?
Yes, I will try to do that over so you guys have some practice to do over the break.
Thank you.
All right. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah al-azim, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wa sallallahu ala khayri khalqika Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. If you formerly were an in-person student, but you don't come in person anymore, let me know what you want me to do with your quizzes and your exams and such. I have some from a few folks that used to come in person, but don't come in person anymore. So I will hold on to these for a short period of time, but if I do not hear back, then I will toss them. And also please check your grades at some point soon, just to make sure that I have everything properly. And if there's any discrepancies, just let me know.
جزاك الله خير.
وإياكم.
Huh? There's a khalifa. Can also be used. Which ones are single? Some vowel, non-vowel? Which ones are single?
You said there are some mistakes in this one, but this is the first now.
In the non-valid one.
This one.
But this one, like, scroll like halfway through the book and check the page. Is it vowel or non-vowel?
They're filled out.
Okay, go like further towards the end. Yeah,
It stopped being valid.
stop being valid. Okay.
Which is at number 5.
That's what I did then.
Right there is what.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. I sent out a file late last night on the WhatsApp group. But I just uploaded 2 other files into Sycamore. If you look, if you log on to Sycamore, the one all the way at the bottom, where it says Qasas al-Nabiyyin, that's the version I use, or that's the version that you'll see on the screen as we go through the book. So I think actually it might be better that you download that one if you want to use.
That one is different from what you texted?
That is different than what I texted. That one's different than what I texted. The one at the bottom is different than the one I sent on the WhatsApp group. So yeah, that's the one I use at the bottom. And then all the way at the top, where it says Ibrahim, that's the unvoweled version of the story of Ibrahim. That is the unvoweled version of the story of Ibrahim. Some of you had asked for it. They're both there.
The one that you texted, that showing us delete it, not valuable, what's different?
Yeah, delete it for right now. Yeah, delete it for right now. We will not have a quiz tomorrow. We will not have a quiz tomorrow. Therefore, I don't have to correct any tests during the break. My hope would be that you still study tonight as if there was a test tomorrow. But I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Let's see. عبد الرحمن اقرأ من كسر الأصنام
من كسر الأصنام بائع الأصنام قبل أيام كثيرة جدا كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا فكان اسم هذا الرجل هذا فكان هذا يبيع الأصنام وكان في بيت كبير جدا وكان في هذا البيت أصنام كثيرة جدا وكان الناس يسجدون لهذه الأصنام وكان هذا يسجد لهذه الأصنام وكان هذا يعبد الأصنام
وكان هازر what did you say?
يعبد هذه الأصنام the substance ولد
No, stop. بيان اقرأي.
وكان في هذه القرية بيت كبير جدا وكان في هذا البيت أصنام كثيرة جدا وكان الناس يسجدون وكان الرجل يسجد لهذه الأصنام وكان الرجل يعبد هذه
من كسر الأصنام. Rama means who broke the idols. كسر is a verb. Have you taken it? No? كسر يكسر. كسر يكسر to break. And al-asnam, obviously you've taken it. Why is al-asnam, why is it mansub طيب?
It's the مفعول به.
It's the مفعول به. من كسر الأصنام, who broke the idols. Do not get confused with man and min. Min, which means from, is a harfu jar, right? Man is a word that is used to ask a question. Is that clear? من كسر الأصنام, who broke the idols. بائع الأصنام means, yeah,
The seller of the idols.
the seller of the idols. What type of construction is that? What type of fragment is that? Yeah. Huh? مضاف مضاف إليه. The word بائع, you translate it as seller. Amira, what verb does it come from? باع يبيع. باع يبيع. Anyone know the masdar? باع يبيع بيعا باعا باع يبيع بيعا, to sell, to trade as well. باع يبيع بيعا, to sell, to trade. The verbs that you've taken with Sheikha Aisha have been 3 letters in the sense they are either like baraba, right? Akala, right? Amila, right? But you haven't taken anything intentionally with a weak letter in the middle, right? Because that comes later, right?
What is bay'an?
Bay'an means selling or trade.
What is bay'an when you give your bay'an?
It's bay'atun. That's bay'atun. That's a different word. You haven't taken these types of words because they have a weak letter in the middle and they function a little differently. Okay. Similar to them would be the verb to say. Yeah. Right. Because it has a weak letter in the middle. Right. Or to sleep. What's the verb to sleep? Huh? Nama. Right? Weak letter in the middle. Now, when you have a normal 3-letter verb, no weak letters, navara, navara, how do you derive, how do you take out, how do you extract the ismul fa'il? What pattern do you put it on? Fa'ilun, right? Navara, the looker is navirun. Akala, the eater is akilun. Raja'a, the returner is raji'un. Okay? When you have ba'a, that weak letter in the middle, that's an alif, ba'a, or qala, or nama, right? You're using it the same, but it just acts a little differently because that weak letter is causing problems in the middle. Okay? So the doer becomes ba'i'un, ba'i'un, fa'ilun, ba'i'un, nama, na'imun, qala, qa'ilun, right? So ba'i'un, right? Na'imun. Get it? So that is your doer. Is that clear? Therefore, that's how you get the word ba'i'un. Do you understand that? Yes? Okay. Ba'i'ul asnam, the seller of idols. قبل أيام كثيرة. قبل أيام كثيرة means simply, a literal translation, and at times we'll go through a literal translation and then an actual translation, right? But قبل أيام كثيرة means before a lot of days. That's a literal translation, before a lot of days. But you don't speak like that in English. You would just simply say many days ago, or like a long time ago, right? But literally قبل أيام كثيرة simply means before many days. Yes. No, like something that's readable in English, so not technical. Not literal. I don't want a literal translation. Many times a literal translation and the exact translation will be fine, but in this case, you don't want to go before many days. You're right, before many. Don't speak like that. Okay, but قبل أيام كثيرة, many days ago, right? Many days ago. قبل we know is a ظرف زمان, right? أيام is the what? مضاف إليه, and كثيرة is صفة, right? We won't do the i'rab of everything because we haven't learned everything yet, right? But قبل أيام كثيرة, literally before many days ago. كثيرة جدا, like it's like very many days, or just many days, just a way of repeating it. Okay.
The word jiddan is there a lot. So what is jiddan?
Jiddan means a lot.
Okay.
So it's emphasizing كثيرة. كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا. كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا, which means what, يا أميرة?
There was a man in the city.
You left out the صفة. What's مشهور? You don't know? Bayan? Yeah, مشهور is famous or well known. مشهور is famous or well known. So كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا, that there was a well known man, or sorry, a very جدا, a very well known man in the town. Yes.
So jiddan just emphasizes whatever.
Correct.
is- okay, so-
And jiddan is one of those words, it'll never ever come jiddun or jiddin. Never. It will always, it's because it's a type of hal, and the hal is always mansub, right? So it will always be jiddan. Yes, like abadan.
Sheikh, can I ask a question about the second sentence?
What's your question?
So the Arab here.
Yeah, well, I'll get to, okay. I'll get to the Arab. We're not,
Oh,
yeah. No, we'll get to it. Okay, so كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا. That in the town, in the village, right, there was a very, very well-known man. Now go ahead, Salma, ask your question.
So there's a period there and then there's a new sentence. So why is the Arab there majroor at the beginning of the sentence?
Where?
So كثير جدا.
Oh, that. Okay. I mean, قبل أيام كثيرة جدا. That in reality, that's not a sentence, right? It's just like many, many days ago. I see the periods, but sometimes there's these periods here where necessarily they don't belong, right? But that in itself, right? Period, no period, that entire thing is not necessarily a sentence by itself.
Do we just pretend that there's a wow there and then you just continue with
I would say a wow. It is a way of kind of like starting a book and stuff at times, right? Even like children's books and stuff, right? Like you could assume that there's a comma there. That would probably be best. قبل أيام كثيرة جدا, comma, just like kind of you would do in English.
First, قبل أيام means many days ago. كثيرة جدا.
Many days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Many days ago, comma, many days ago, comma. كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا. Our first actual sentence is that. كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا. Okay, this sentence. Remember yesterday we spoke about كان وأخواتها, كان and sisters, and we said they work opposite of إن وأخواتها. Okay, so we're trying to identify the ism of كان and the khabar of كان. Good. Isa, where's the ism of kana? Good. The ism of kana is rajulun. It'd be the ism of kana and it's been mu'akharun. Ismu kana mu'akharun. Why was it delayed?
It's nakira.
Because it's nakira, right? Remember, jumla ismiya concepts. Yes, jumla ismiya concepts. If the mubtada is nakira and the khabar is a shibhul jumla, then got to do it, right? So rajulun is simply the ism of kana and it's mu'akhar. Mashhurun is the sifatun. And fi qaryatin is what? Of? Yeah, it's the muta'alliq bil khabar of kana, and it is muqaddamun, right? Essentially, look at it as a jumla ismiya, don't look at kana, and then enter kana into it. It all falls into place. We good? Yes, Abdurrahman? كان في قرية رجل مشهور جدا, that there was a very well-known man in the town. وكان اسم هذا الرجل آزر. Bayan means, and the name of this man was Azar. Good. And the name of this man was Azar. Same thing. Kana is we're going to call it our fi'lun naqisun, our deficient, incomplete verb. Good. What about ismu? Ya Siraj? What is the grammatical role of ismu? Salma?
Is it اسم كان?
Good. It's ismu kana. It is ismu kana. Salma, what about هذا?
It would be خبر كان.
اسم هذا.
Oh, it's a مشار اسم إشارة.
It isn't اسم الإشارة. What role is it playing? Isa? مضاف إليه. Good. And الرجل أميرة? It's the مشار إليه. And Rama, Azara is the خبر of كان. Good. اسم is the ism of كان. هذا is the مضاف إليه. الرجل is the مشار إليه. Right? And Azara is the خبر of كان. Remember, the ism of كان has to be مرفوع, and the خبر of كان will be منصوب. وكان اسم هذا الرجل Azara. And the name of this man was Azar. And you see how كان we translate it in the middle? And the name of this man was Azar.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it ismu is the ismu of kana just because it's right after, or what makes it this?
Because it's the so essentially we're looking at a nominal sentence, right? So don't look at kana. Like don't look at kana. Let's look at the sentence. Ismu hadha rajuli Azar. The name of this man is Azar. Right? Ismu hadha rajuli Azar. If I gave you that sentence, you would say ismu is the mubtada, correct?
Yes.
Because it's the first word, it's the subject, right? So now when we enter kana into it, we say kana ismu hadha rajuli. You say, okay, it's no longer the mubtada, but rather it is the ism of kana. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? وكان آزر يبيع الأصنام. وكان آزر يبيع الأصنام. What does that mean, طيب?
He was a seller of idols, the idols. Azaru, and Azaru was the seller of the idols.
Okay. So one thing I didn't mention, that when you have kana and a fi'lun mudari'un, kana and a fi'lun mudari'un, they say it indicates istimrar, continuity. That when kana and a present tense verb are used, it indicates that this was like a person's practice, that this used to happen. Right? That makes sense? So you would say he would sell idols. Not he sold. Good. Just not he sold, not he's going to sell, but he would sell. Kana and a fi'l mudari' indicate a person's practice of the past.
Would sell, or like, could you say like he used to sell?
There's no difference in English. Right? What did you say? He used to sell, and what was the other one? Would sell, yeah. Right, same thing, right? He would sell, he used to sell, same difference, right? وَكَانَ آزَرُ يَبِيعُ الْأَصْنَامَ. And Azar would sell or used to sell idols. Sa'ad, where's the ism of kana? Azar. Azaru is the ism of kana, right? You say ismu kana marfu'un. Ismu kana marfu'un. Michelle, where is the khabar of kana? Asnama? Asnama? DJ? Yabi'u? Abdurrahman?
Both were said, is it Yabin?
Yabi'? Amira? There is no khabar? They don't have no sentence. It's the whole thing. Yabi'ul asnama. It's the whole thing. Yabi'ul asnama. Remember, there are 4 types of khabar. There are 4 types of, what was the first? What was the first? The easiest. Mufradun. Then there was shibhul jumla, which is basically a jar and a majroor, or a special mudaf and the mudafun ilayh. Then there was jumla ismiya and jumla fi'liya. Yabi'ul asnama is what? It's a jumla fi'liya, right? Is يبيع الأصنام by itself a sentence? Yeah. He sells idols. He sells idols, right? You have فعل يبيع. Where's the فاعل?
What's within? Afraid.
It's within the verb. It's built into the verb. What's that called? ضمير مستتر, a hidden pronoun, right? And then you have al-asnama, which is the مفعول به, right? So يبيع الأصنام is a verbal sentence, and that entire thing is our khabar. يبيع الأصنام is the khabar of kana. So once again, azaru, that word is the ism of kana, and then يبيع الأصنام, which is a verbal sentence, is the khabar of kana. Is that clear?
So Sheikh, can I
Who said al-asnama? Right? Okay. So look. There's more, let us know. Okay, so Michelle said al-asnama. Michelle, is it safe to say that you looked for the mansub word and you chose the mansub word, right? So, right, because that we said the ism of kana is marfu, the khabar of kana, the ism of kana is marfu, the khabar of kana is mansub. So she saw al-asnama, okay? How we know it can't be al-asnama is that would indicate that you're able to remove the word yabi'u. If the khabar was al-asnama and the ism is azaru, that means you should be able to almost remove yabi'u. But then the problem is you would end up with وَكَانَ آزَرُ الْأَصْنَامَ. Doesn't make sense. So you need وَكَانَ آزَرُ يَبِيعُ الْأَصْنَامَ. Go ahead, Salma, you had a question?
My question was that khabaru kana is only mansub if it's mufrad then? Or how do you...
Yes. خبر كان is only mansub if it's like a mufradun word, like azar, right? But in the case of يبيع الأصنام, we would use that concept of في محل نصب. That verbal sentence is in a position of nasb. You can't say an entire sentence is raf or jar because it's an entire sentence. So you're going to say that the sentence is in a position of nasb.
If you removed yabi'u, you would just be changing the sentence to azar isn't it?
No, you don't even have is an idol. You just have wakana azaru, and azar was al-asnama, the idols. And azar was the idols.
What would make it azar was an idol? Just so I understand.
Wakana azaru sanaman.
Oh, because it's plural, that's the...
It's plural and it's ma'rifah.
And it's not.
You're going to say azar was an idol, you say wakana azaru sanaman. Right, azar was an idol. Got it? Okay. وكان في هذه القرية بيت كبير جدا, which means Sa'd. Yeah. And there was in this town or in this village بيت كبير جدا, a very large house. Very جدا, right? A very large house. Once again, في, what's في called, Michelle? حرف جر. The هذه, Michelle, over here, came after the harfu jar. So it's, yeah, so it's not technically a majroor because it's mabniyun, but it's in the position of a majroor. What about al-qaryati? Yeah, Michelle? Musharun ilay. It's the musharun ilay. And the entire phrase, fi hadhihi al-qaryati, Michelle, is going to be our متعلق بالخبر of كان مقدم. متعلق بالخبر of كان and it's مقدم. Good. What about بيت يا Michelle? Huh? You did متعلق بالخبر. No, it's not no longer called the مبتدا. It's called the ism of كان and it's مؤخر. And كبير is صفة. كبير is صفة. Does that make sense, guys? وكان في هذه القرية بيت كبير جدا, and in this village there was a very large house. Question? No? Anyone? حال منصوب. وكان في هذا البيت أصنام كثيرة جدا. طيب.
وكان في so
And
um in this house
were أصنام.
were idols, many idols, many idols.
نعم. وكان في هذا البيت أصنام, and in this house there were idols. أصنام كثيرة جدا, many idols, or very many idols, right? Same idea في هذا البيت, right? في حرف جر, هذا is in the place of the مجرور, and البيت is the مشار إليه. All of that is your متعلق بالخبر of كان, and it's مقدم. أصنام is the اسم كان, and it's مؤخر. Abdurrahman, the next line.
And the people were
Read the Arabic. وكان الناس يسجدون لهذه الأصنام, which means
and the people used to prostrate to these idols.
And the people used to prostrate to these idols. Do you see how he translated it with that continuity of not they prostrated, but they used to prostrate, meaning that it was a practice of theirs. Okay. وكان الناس يسجدون لهذه الأصنام, and the people used to prostrate to these idols. Right. Abdul Rahman, الناس, what is the i'rab of الناس?
اسمه كان.
One more word. اسمه. Say just no English. Is the state. Yeah. اسم كان مرفوع. اسم كان مرفوع. Say it again. Okay, so 2 points. This is essentially written for children, right? So you have to understand, like, it's catered towards the way children's books are, right? In addition to that, it's like adding a little more emphasis, right? As opposed to saying asnamun kathiratun, it's asnamun kathiratun jiddan. So it's catering to assuming the reader is a child, right? So it's phrased that way, but also kind of like building this idea of a lot of many idols. By the way, for jiddan, right? We said jiddan, it's the hal, right? Or it's like basically it's in English we call it an adverb, right? Or it takes the place of an adverb, right? Okay. Abdurrahman, you said an-nasu was the ism of kana and it's marfu'un, right? Okay. Then where's the khabar of kana? Where's the khabar of kana, Isa? يسجدون لهذه الأصنام. Yeah, the whole thing. The verbal sentence يسجدون لهذه الأصنام was the khabar of kana. Rama al-asnami. What's the لهذه الأصنام? What else you got? There we go. مشار إليه. الأصنام is the مشار إليه. لام is a حرف جر, right? You know the word marfu'un, right? You say like mubtada'un marfu'un. Yes? Okay. We're going to add something to it. Okay? So I don't have to ask extra questions. Your answer will tell me, you know, how it's showing that it's marfu'. You know, certain words yesterday or the day before we spoke about that. For example, a mufradun word or a jam'ul taksir word will show that it's marfu'. How? Huh? With a dhamma. Okay? So, for right now, there's a longer way of saying this, but I'm shortening it. You would say, So if it has a dhamma, you're going to say marfu'un bid-dhammati. The B over here means with. The B over here, the meaning of it is with a dhamma. Clear? Marfu'un bid-dhammati. So let's say you have the word ar-rajulu hakimun. The sentence, ar-rajulu hakimun. And I say, طيب, do the i'rab. Okay? Ar-rajulu.
الرجل مرفوع.
You didn't label it. You
الرجل مبتدأ مرفوع بالضمة.
full stop. الرجل مبتدأ مرفوع بالضمة. Walk away. Got it? مبتدأ مرفوع بالضمة. Is dhamma the foundational sign, or is it a secondary sign? It's the foundational sign. Yes? Good. Dual words. How do they show that they're marfu'? Huh? Dual words, how do they show they're marfu'?
Oh, sorry.
Alif. So if you come across a dual word, you're going to say مرفوع ها بالألف. بالألف, which is the letter alif spelled out. Okay? مرفوع بالألف. Alif, is it a foundational sign or a secondary sign? It's a secondary sign. Foundational sign is the dhamma. Anytime it's a secondary sign, you have to explain why you're using something other than the dhamma. When would you use an alif? Huh? You would use it when the dual. So you would say لأنه مثنى. So you would say, listen, before you write, مرفوع بالألف, it's مرفوع through a or with a alif, لأنه مثنى, because it is dual. You're just explaining. Yeah, لأن, remember لأن بأن is because, right? لأنه مثنى, because it is dual. Okay. What if it's, what else do we have as a secondary sign, Abdurrahman? What else do we have as secondary signs of rafa?
Like what else? There's a show button.
DJ. The wow in what type of word? What type of plural? Be specific. What type of plural? You're right, but Jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim. Okay, you hear that? He said the wow in Jam'u al-Mudhakkar as-Salim. Before we get there. Look at this. See that? لِأَنَّهُ مُثَنَّى. Yeah? What's anna called? Harf al-Nasb. The ha is a damir. What role is it playing? Huh? Ismu li anna, or just ismu anna. Ismu anna. And muthanna, what role is it playing? Come on, guys. We forget inna wa akhawatuha. Khabar of anna. What state is it in? What state is the khabar of anna in, guys? Marfu'un. Why is it not showing it? Because it's muqaddar. Okay? I want you to know that. When you say it, it should sound right as well. Okay? And we'll see this right now. We'll see this exactly right now. Okay? So DJ, you said another secondary sign is the wow. So what would you say? Okay. Marfu'un. Keep going. Bilwawi. That's literally the that's the letter wow spelled out. مرفوع بالواو. Keep going. Uh, it's not called مذكر. What is it called? You forgot the word plural.
Oh, Jamar.
The whole plural. What's it called? You're giving me like.
Oh,
Okay, one more time.
Jamar.
Go from لأن. مرفوع بالواو لأنه جمع المذكر السالم. That if we had the word مسلمون, we would say that it is مرفوع through or with a wow. Why is it using a wow? لأنه, because it is جمع المذكر السالم, because it is a sound masculine plural. Good. أن, is أن إنشاء from the sisters of إن وأخواتها? Yes, good. The ha, what role is the ha playing? It's the ism of anna. What about jam'u? Michelle? It's the khabar of anna. See how people respond quicker? Not you, just people respond quickly in the comments. Sometimes I do it just to get the first person to respond. Not you in chat, just everyone. So I don't know what it is. It always works. Jam'u is the khabar of anna. What about al-mudhakkari? Rama? Mudafun ilayh. Saad, what about as-salimu? As-salimu. Sifatun of? They don't match. Huh? Of jam'u. Of jam'u. See that? We're doing i'rabun of the i'rabun. Okay? Huh?
Man, it's like a new kid thing.
Yeah, it's really meta. I didn't get it.
Like you're blowing my mind. This is so mad.
Would you like to do the i'rab of meta? I'm confused right now. I need another example, another sentence. Okay. Now, this was all like مرفوع بالضمة, مرفوع بالألف لأنه مثنى, مرفوع بالواو. I was giving examples of nouns, asma. Okay. Can we jump over to verbs? You have past tense verbs, present verbs, and command verbs, which you haven't taken. Okay. If you remember, I said past tense verbs and command verbs are considered mabniyun. Past tense verbs and command verbs are considered mabniyun, meaning they don't take states. As for present tense verbs, they are mu'rabun, except for the two feminine plurals, antunna and hunna, antunna and hunna. Okay, so if I wrote a verb like yal'abu, he is playing. And I said, Abdurrahman, what state is this verb in?
The whole phrase.
Yeah, the whole phrase. Not raf'un, but
wait.
مرفوع. Uh-huh.
مرفوع لأنه no مرفوع like I don't know. Well, بالضمة يعني.
Oh.
I thought that was like the whole, that's like 2 words.
No, but there's no, it's using the foundational sign, isn't it? It's using a dhamma, right? مرفوع بالضمة. مرفوع بالضمة. You wouldn't say مرفوع بالضمة. Okay. The only thing he didn't say, which I haven't taught, is what is this word called? What is this word called? It's not ماضي. Yeah. So he would say فعل مضارع. What's a فعل مضارع? It's a present tense verb. Why is it فعل مضارع? What's the relationship between those two words? موصوف صفة. That's meta, right? فعل مضارع. موصوف صفة, right? Don't ever say فعل مضارع. Don't ever say فعل or فعل مضارع. Got it? What's a past tense verb called? Huh? What's a present tense verb called? Present tense. Huh? فعل مضارع. What's it called? One more time. فعل مضارع. فعل مضارع. Don't ever say فعل مضارع or فعل مضارعا or فعل المضارع. Don't just say فعل مضارع. Is that clear? What is a past tense verb called? Huh? فعل ماضي. No. Do you know what it is, Seth?
Is
Go ahead, someone online. You got something.
فعل ماض.
Siraj took the logic of فعل مضارع, right? He took the logic of فعل مضارع and applied it at فعل. The only problem with Siraj, when you said فعل ماض, everyone laughed. It's not like anyone knows anything, they just laughed. They laughed simply because they've never heard that before. It sounds funny. Okay? Okay. فعل مضارع. We agree on this? Yes? فعل مضارع. Okay, now. The past tense verb is called فعل ماض. فعل ماض. What's the relationship, Mia? Let's try this. What's the relationship? فعل مضارع. What's the relationship? فعل ماض. Huh? موصوف صفة. What's bothering you? Yeah, what's problematic is that madin has 2 kasras, and like how is it the موصوف صفة? Okay. Anyone know the word for judge in Arabic? A judge, huh? Qadi. So the judge is al-qadi. That is the judge. Al-qadi, the judge. Rama, put it in the state of rafa. Put it in the state of jar. Put it in the state of nas. So in the state of raf and jar, it's al-qadi. Doesn't change. It's stuck there. Technically, in the state of nasb, you can say al-qadiya. Al-qadi, yeah. Okay. When you remove the alif lam, this word simply becomes قاضٍ. In all three states, it becomes قاضٍ. What does it become? قاضٍ in all three states. There's no قاضٌ and there's no قاضًا. It is مقدر essentially. Okay? Simply ماضي with an alif lam, ماضٍ, is الماضي. الماضي. Okay? So when you don't have the alif lam, it becomes ماضٍ in all three states. Becomes ماضٍ in all three states. Siraj, I commend you for ماضٍ, but never ever say it again. Okay? Do some personal istighfar, but never ever say it again. Okay? فعل ماضٍ. Okay, how do we get here? Because Abdurrahman, يلعب. Give it to me. You. It's okay. It's Wednesday. Go ahead, start. Uh-huh.
What is it?
No English. Start again.
What's the question, please?
What you were saying. Give me the i'rab of that يلعب. Let's try this. Okay. Give me the i'rab of يلعب. Yeah, Abdurrahman. I'm running out of colors, man. Okay, keep going. Keep going. No, start from the beginning. There we go. One more time. What is it? One more time. Again. Say it, Saad. مرفوع إنشاء. Good. Yes, I shouldn't have to use those colors again. Rahman, we're good? Okay. Oh, Muhammad, hiding behind it. It's a problem. You're like, you have the perfect posture. You're like, I mean, don't move. It's like, okay, good. Let me ask you, every single فعل مضارع, when it is مرفوع, does it use a dhamma? Huh? No? Mira? No? It only sometimes uses a dhamma. Yeah? What else may it use? Huh? Alif? Uses an alif? Uses an alif? Uses a ya to show that it's marfu'? Huh? Taf'alina uses what? A ya to show that it's marfu'? Okay, so let's go through the chart. Yal'abu is our verb, okay? And we go huwa, huma, right? So huwa, yal'abu, what is it using? A dhamma. Huma, yal'abani, let's hold on to that one, okay? Hum, yal'abuna, hold on to that, okay? What's after? Hiya, tal'abu, what is it using? A dhamma, right? Huma again. Tal'abani. Let's hold on to that. Hunna. Hunna yal'abna. What's that one using? Thank you, Insha. Speak. What? Because they are mabni. So when I say it's using, you say no, it's not using anything. It's mabniyun. Got it? With me? Anta tal'ab. What is it using? Dhamma. Antuma. Hold on to it. Antum. What is it using? What's the word antum? تلعبون. Hold on to it. Anti. تبين. Hold on to it. Huma. Hold on to it. Antunna. تلعبنا. What is it using? It's مبني. It's not using anything. أنا. ألعب. What is it using? ضمة. نحن. نلعب. What is it using? ضمة. All the ones that I said hold on to, can you categorize them? All of the ones that I said hold on to, can you categorize them? الأفعال الخمسة. The 5 verbs. What are they? They are الأفعال الخمسة. The 5 verbs. Yes? Raise your hand if you don't know what the 5 verbs are. It's fine.
What are you talking about?
You saw how we went through the verbs?
Yeah, you said hold on to them. I was holding on to them all over.
Yeah. Okay. He's right. Okay. It's fine. Huwa. Huwa. What's he using? Dhamma. Huma. Hold on to it, okay? I'm holding on to it, okay? Hum. يلعبون. Hold on to it, okay? هي. تلعب. What is it? أضمة. What's after that? هما. تلعبان. Then hunna is, what's the hunna? يلعبنا. We said يلعبنا is مبني. Good. أنت. أنت تلعب. What is it using? ضمة. أنتما تلعبان. We have it already. Yes. Then أنتم تلعبون. Then we have أنتِ تلعبين. Then we have أنتما, which is أنتما, guys. تلعبان, right? We already have that one. We already wrote it earlier, right? Then we have أنتن, which is تلعبنا. It's مبني. أنا ألعب. ضمة. نحن ضمة. Okay. So let's just fine. Okay. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. يلعبان. يلعبون. تلعبان. تلعبون. تلعبين. You count them? Yes? They're 5. These 5 are called الأفعال الخمسة. Why do they get categorized together? Because they are the ones that are not using a dhamma. They are the ones that are not using a dhamma. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Okay.
Can you write that out?
It's al-khamsatu, by the way, because it's al-af'al, and af'al are non-intellectual plural. Right? So it's al-khamsatu. It's described as singular feminine. So those are 5, correct? يلعبان. يلعبون. تلعبان. تلعبون. تلعبين. Okay? 2 of them start with ya, 3 of them start with ta. Why are they categorized together? Because all 5 of them end in noon, and they are unlike the other ones that use a dhamma to show that they're in a state of rafa. Okay, so look at these 5 and tell me, what are they using to show their state? The letter before the noon, which is what? Okay, so let's use yal'abani. What is it using? It's using the alif to show that it's in what state? Show that it's in رفع. شيخة عائشة, she taught you أدوات النصب, أدوات الجزم. Pick one of the nasb. Pick one of the nasb. أن لن لكي حتى إذا. Pick one, huh? أن. Put it before it. What state is it in now? Nasb. How's it showing that it's in the state of nasb? Huh? It dropped the noon. You said it was in a state of rafa earlier without the n. How was it showing that it was in a state of nasb? How was it showing that it was in a state of rafa? No, that's not what you said. You said the alif. Ah, there we go, Rama. What did you say? Say it again. Got it. So these five, when they have the noon, they show they're in the state of raf'un. And when they don't have the noon, they show that they're in the state of or jazmun. Once again, she said, right? When they have the noon, that means they're in the state of raf'un. When they don't have the noon, that means they're in the state of nasbun or jazmun. How would you know if it's nasbun or jazmun? Based on the harf before. If it's an, lan, likay, hatta, then it's nasb, right? If what's before it is lam or lamma or lamul amr or lamun nahiya, then it's going to be in a state of jazm. Does that make sense? So the presence of the noon means that it's in a state of raf'un. The absence of the noon shows that it's in a state of nasb or jazm. The presence of the noon in Arabic is expressed by then what would you say if it's gone? بِثُبُوتِ النُّونِ. بِثُبُوتِ النُّونِ. Let's understand that as the presence of the noon. So you would say فِعْلٌ مُضَارِعٌ مَرْفُوعٌ بِثُبُوتِ النُّونِ. That it's a present tense verb in the state of raf. How? بِثُبُوتِ النُّونِ. Everyone say بِثُبُوتِ النُّونِ. Abdurrahman, do you remember yours?
Yes.
Say it in Arabic. One more time. DJ? Good. Yesa? فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة. Now let's assume our verb is يلعبون. 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 أميرة؟
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
Good. One more time.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
One more time.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
الرحمن.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
سراج.
فعل مضارع بثبوت النون.
One more time. You forgot the word مرفوع. Go ahead.
Oh. فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون. بثبوت النون. بثبوت النون.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
Good. فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون. Really quickly, because Siraj almost said it, but ثبوت النون is what type of phrase? Huh? It's an إضافة construction. ثبوت النون is an إضافة construction, okay? Siraj, the same individual who earlier said فعل ماض, right? Almost said, or did say, he almost said بثبوت النون, okay? Then it can no longer be an إضافة construction because our mudaf has to be nakira, okay? That's why that is incorrect. So no alif lam on that. So فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون. طيب سيء.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
ثبوت النون. بثبوت النون. Rama, what happens when it's no longer مرفوع? It's either nasbun or jazmun. The noon gets removed. You know the terminology for that? بدون. Huh? No. It's called, so when the noon gets removed, you would say بحذف النون. حذف means to omit something, to erase something. Okay? But when would you use بحذف النون? When the verb is in a state of nasbun or jazmun. بحذف النون will be used. Will you ever say مرفوع بحذف النون? No, you would say منصوب بحذف النون or مجزوم بحذف النون. Don't worry, this will come to practice. I know, like, 99.2% of you did not get what I was saying. And I'm fine with that. It's just me and Siraj at the end of the day. I'm gonna fail and mouth on this thing all the way. Okay, let's go. وَكَانَ النَّاسُ يَسْجُدُونَ لِهَذِهِ الْأَصْنَامِ. And the people used to prostrate to these idols. And the people used to prostrate to these idols. Isa, النَّاسُ. Don't use any English. النَّاسُ. إعراب.
اسم كان
اسم.
اسم كان مرفوع.
Stop. That's all I wanted. اسم كان مرفوع. But now I want you to tell me, don't use any English. How is it showing to you that it is مرفوع?
بالضمة.
Good. One more time from the beginning.
اسم كان
No, you said اسم again.
اسم كان مرفوع بالضمة.
Good. One more time.
اسم كان مرفوع بالضمة.
Rama. إنشاء. Muhammad Mardini. DJ. Good. Rama. Why doesn't he say ismun kana? Why does he say ismu kana? Why? The term ismu kana is an idafa construction. Literally, even when we translate, we say is the ism of kana. Okay, so don't, okay? So not ism, not ismun, but rather ismu kana. What was it again? The entire thing? Yeah, Rob, of it? اسم كان مرفوع بالضمة. Are we good? Okay. طيب. يسجدون.
يسجدون فعل مضارع نسكو فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
Full stop. One more time.
More time.
Yeah.
يسجدون فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
So he's saying فعل مضارع. And what does that mean, guys? What does فعل مضارع mean? Present tense verb. مرفوع, it's in the state of رفع. Michelle, بثبوت النون means the yeah, with the presence of the noon. With the presence of the noon. Okay? No, it's right. It's right. I'm just.
You were expecting to get it wrong.
Astaghfirullah. Don't do that. No, I'm contemplating whether to add something or not. Is the noon a foundational sign or not? It's not a foundational sign. What's the foundational sign? Huh? The dhamma. The dhamma is the foundational sign, right? Is the noon a foundational sign of something being marfu'? No, right? Why is it using the noon? Why is it using the noon? Bayan. Because it's from a category of verbs known as bayan. Michelle? It's from a category of verbs called the Al-Asma' al-Khamsa, not Al-Asma', but rather they are Al-Af'al al-Khamsa. They're using, right? So technically you could add, what did Tayyib say? Word by word. What was the first word, Michelle? فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون لأنه من أفعال الخمسة. لأنه, because it is from الأفعال الخمسة, because it is from the 5 verbs. So you looking at me like, dude, I'm not going to class tomorrow. Huh? Essentially. You have a question? Huh? I looked at yeah. I'll write it. So let's go back, okay? Let's do يلعب. يلعب إنشاء. Good. She said فعل مضارع. One more time. فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة. فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة. Present and verb is going to say رفع بالضمة. You know how like some of you the first couple of weeks of class you felt like overwhelmed, right? But then yesterday, mashallah, you felt like you accomplished something because you finished the first book.
We didn't finish the book.
Sorry, because I finished the book and you were there to witness it, right? I wanted to make sure you didn't feel too confident, right? I threw it at you today. Yeah, just humble you. Okay, humble beginnings.
I told my wife to call me Sheikh.
Sheikh of book 1. Okay, so that was yal'abu, right, Insha? Okay, so now we're gonna do let's do them all together because we can. So let's couple 3 verbs together. Okay, we're gonna do tal'abina. We can do yal'abani, and I'll put yal'abani, tal'abani, so it's both together. And I will do يلعبون and تلعبون. Huh. My apologies. Okay. That one too. Yeah, I got you, Rama. I got you, Rama. I got you, Rama. Go on down there. Very quick, mashallah. تلعبين تلعبون. What? No, I did that purposely to knock out all 5 in 3 words. It's supposed to be يلعباني تلعباني, and the last one's supposed to be يلعبون تلعبون. Oh, you guys thought I lost my mind, huh? No, I'm trying to knock out. Get it? So it's تلعبين تلعباني and يلعباني, right? تلعبون يلعبون. Someone's gonna post this on TikTok. Whatever, Arabic class. My teacher doesn't know Arabic. No. Okay, so we're gonna do all of these together because they have the same i'rab. Okay. Okay, so Isa, what are we gonna say about all of them?
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون.
Okay, slow down. Second, let's. Those of you not writing, I wish I had your memory. فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون. Go ahead, Aisha. Let me help you out. Continue, Aisha.
أو لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة.
Good. Siraj, what does فعل مضارع mean?
Present tense verb.
Good. What does مرفوع mean? In the state
مرفوع.
in the state of رفع.
Yeah.
ثبوت النون.
It's like because of noon.
No, not because.
No? Okay.
Be means with or through, using ثبوت النون, the presence of the noon. The verb ثبت, there's a verb ثبت, right? ثبت means to be firm. ثبت, the verb, means ثبت, to be firm. Clear? Something that is ثابت, something that is firm. Okay? So ثبوت is the firmness, but we're using the presence of the noon. Siraj, لأنه.
This one means because, right?
Yeah. Because it من الأفعال الخمسة.
Is from the 5 verbs.
I want you to understand what it is that you're writing or memorizing. Good. فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. Promise if you do tasbih of it, have it down for tonight, inshallah. Okay. طيب said, going back, يا عيسى الناس.
اسم كان مرفوع بالضم.
Good. What did he say, Amira?
اسمه كان مرفوعا
Bayan, what did he say? Michelle? Good. Now Michelle do yasjuduna. Let's try without. Present tense verb. The state it's in. What it's using. Be. That's the wrong one. لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. Good. يسجدون. سعد. Yes. Here. عيسى.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة.
سلمى.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة.
عبد الرحمن. louder.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة.
طيب.
From memory?
Yeah.
فعل مضارع مرفوع بثبوت النون لأنه أفعال من الأفعال الخمسة.
DJ.
فعل مضارع
من Good. Okay. Moving on. There's the fa'il. I don't want you to introduce something new right now. So we're going to move on. Technically, we would talk about the fa'il next, but we're not. Okay. What's lam called? Insha. Harfu jarrin. Lam is called harfu jarrin. Maryam Khidr. Do هذه and do هذه properly. Muhammad Fardeen.
Sheikh, what was the question?
Siraj.
Lam.
Okay. Oh. I mean somebody. Salma.
So it's a مضاف إليه, but it's also an اسم إشارة.
Saad. That's it. Yeah, he said هذه اسم إشارة, right? It's a pointer word. في محل جر. It's in a position of jar. اسم إشارة في محل جر. Is that clear? Because it came after حرف الجر. It's not a مضاف إليه, but rather it's taking the place of a majrur. And al-asnami Sa'd. Improvise now.
It's following up in the
Improvise. You're right? No. طيب for the win. مشار إليه مجرور بالكسرة. مشار إليه مجرور بالكسرة. She can call you Sheikh today. Certificate. مشار إليه مجرور بالكسرة. Clear? And then all of يسجدون لهذه الأصنام, all of that would be the خبر of كان. Okay. Then وكان آزر يسجد لهذه الأصنام. إنشاء means وكان آزر يسجد لهذه الأصنام. Yeah, to these idols. And Azar would prostrate to these idols. Azar would prostrate to these idols. Bayan, Azaru. It's right there. It's right there. There we go. One more time. One more time. اسم كان مرفوع بالضمة. Perfect. Muhammad Mardini. Yes, Judu. No. No, no, no.
Oh, wait.
There we go. One more time. فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة. Good. لي سراج.
حرف جر.
حرف جر. سلمى هذه.
اسم إشارة في محل جر.
اسم إشارة في محل جر. Good. محمد فردين. الأصنام.
ده مضاف إليه.
مريم. الأصنام.
مشار إليه.
Continue. سراج. Finish.
مجرور.
Keep going. مشار إليه مجرور. One more thing, مريم.
بالكسر.
There we go. مشار إليه مجرور بالكسرة. And then once again, يسجد لهذه الأصنام is the خبر of كان. وكان آزر يعبد هذه الأصنام. Michelle means? Yeah. What does it mean? And Azar would worship these idols. Good. Michelle, Azaru. Yeah, one more time. اسم كان مرفوع بالضمة. اسم كان مرفوع بالضمة. What is اسم كان means it's an ism of كان, right? مرفوع means it's in say رفع, and بالضمة means it has a dhamma. Like it's showing that it's مرفوع through the usage of a dhamma. Okay? Good. إنشاء يعبد. One more time. Good. فعل مضارع مرفوع بالضمة. خديجة هذه.
This would be اسم الإشارة.
في
is it the في محل جر or no?
It's not, you're right, just the jarrin part you're not right.
Oh, is it نصب في محل نصب?
Okay, start from the beginning.
اسم الإشارة في محل نصب. What am I missing?
And then all that you're left out is like what role is it playing? في محل نصب. Why نصب? It's associated with...
because of the kasr بضمتي.
No. What?
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Never mind.
What role is it playing? What is its grammatical role in the sentence? اسم إشارة في محل نصب. سراج.
لأنه مفعول به.
No, just without the لأنه.
Just مفعول به.
Yeah, so the entire thing, Siraj?
اسم إشارة نصب.
No.
في محل نصب مفعول به.
You guys hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah.
Did I say something
wrong, right?
في محل نصب.
Yeah, you said في محل نصب. You're stuck on ماض نصب.
Oh, نصب. Okay.
في
في
محل
محل
نصب.
نصب
Uh-huh.
مفعول به.
Good. One more time.
اسم إشارة في محل نصب مفعول به.
One more time.
اسم إشارة في محل نصب مفعول به.
Little
Is there
ambiguous.
something weird?
نصب. It's a little. The kasra is a little.
نصب.
Yeah. Khadija, repeat it back.
اسم الإشارة في محل نصب مفعول به.
Yeah, it's an ism ishara. It's an ism ishara, right? في محل نصب, right? Because it's the مفعول به, right? It's the object of his worship. It is the object of his worship. بيان الأصنام. من? One more time. مشار إليه منصوب بالفتحة. مشار إليه منصوب بالفتحة. Anytime anything using the foundational sign, it's the easiest. Because you just go مرفوع بالضمة منصوب بالفتحة مجرور بالكسرة. So she said الأصنام مشار إليه منصوب بالفتحة. And then once again يعبد هذه الأصنام, that entire phrase is the khabar of كان, right? Now someone that hasn't studied 3 months of Arabic would perhaps not understand when they looked at the last 3 sentences and said هذه الأصنام هذه الأصنام هذه الأصنام. It seems to be like, why did that last one change? But hopefully after 3 months of Arabic and some amazing teaching, then you're able to differentiate by amazing teaching by Sheikh Aisha. That you're able to clarify, well, هذه, the first 2 times was preceded by the harf jar lam. So it affected al-asnami. And the time before, or the last time, it's acting as the maf'ulun bihi. So al-asnam is going to become mansubun because it's musharun and it's following hadi. Good? Yes? All right. We'll end a little early today. We got a few more minutes, but we are done for today. We are done for today. I cannot wait till tomorrow to see how much you actually retain. That will be retained. صلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Please practice reading. If you feel like you're able to read the 2 sections well, then move on. Right? There is not a quiz tomorrow. There is not a quiz tomorrow. I know many of you wanted a quiz, but this is one of the few times I will not fulfill your request. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
وعليكم السلام.